Once again we asked ourselves that which corner of the country should we choose for our next trip. Lot of advertisements on Gujarat tourism did help in making up of my mind. We decided to spend kuch din in Gujarat. We had a week with me to cover the major portions and I chose Dwarka, Somnath, Porbandar, Gir Forest and Diu for exploration. So we reached Dwarka late in the night and straightaway went off to sleep. The next day was the first day of the trip and we had quite a few things to cover. We headed straight towards the Okha port to take a ferry to Bet Dwarka. Bet Dwarka or Shankhodhar is an inhabited island at mouth of Gulf of Kutch situated 3 kilometers off the coast of Okha. It derived its name Shankhodhar by the fact that the island is a large source of conch shells, Shankh. It is considered the part of the ancient city Dwarka found in Mahabharata and Skanda Purana. The ride to Bet Dwarka from Okha is fun-filled and full of excitement as one can reach the place through motor boat. The journey is enriching and filled with scenic beauty. Don't forget to take your camera along to catch a glimpse of rare and beautiful birds while sailing through the sea. Bet Island houses Sri Krishna Temple, also called Dwarkadhish Temple. It was built by Sri Vallabhacharya and shrines an idol believed to be made by Rukmini. There is a story where Lord Krishna's friend Sudama presented him with rice and so the tradition is continued by the visitors who present the Brahmans here with rice. There are other smaller temples in the same vicinity of Lord Shiva, Lord Hanuman, Devi and Lord Vishnu. We took our own time to go around the temples and also did sit down for having the breakfast at a nearby restaurant. Photography is prohibited inside the temples. Post our visit of the Bet Island, we returned to the Okha port and started towards the Nageshwar Jyotirlinga. The road to Nageshwar is quite narrow yet offer unique views of the countryside with windmills in distance, a view not so often seen in the northern part of country. On the way to Nageshwar there is a place called Gopi Talav. The story of this place goes like this. When Lord Krishna moved to Dwarka, the gopis of Vrindavan could not bear the separation and came to visit him. They united with Krishna at the Gopi Talav, 20 kilometers north of Dwarka on the night of Sharad Purnima, full moon, and once again danced the Ras with him. We too halted and paid a visit to this lake. Although the place is not as developed as should be but still the locals have managed to engage the visitors by making it into a shopping place. Once again we were en route to the Nageshwar temple. Nageshwar Jyotirlinga is one of the 12 Jyotirlinga shrines mentioned in the Shiva Purana. What's important about Nageshwar is that it is believed to be the first Jyotirlinga on earth. This powerful Jyotirlinga symbolizes protection from all poisons. The temple complex houses a tall sitting statue of Lord Shiva of 25 m and a large garden with a pond in this rather serene place. We performed our religious duties while admiring the serenity. Having gorged upon the delicious Gujarati dishes with strefti dal, lauki thepla, Gujarati kadhi, undhiyu, khaman dhokla and the famous Shrikhand was out of the world experience. Gujarati food is just lovable. We then returned to Dwarka in the late afternoon and went to the main dham Dwarkadhish temple of Dwarka. This place features its place in the 4 sacred dhams of Hindus. Other 3 being Jagannath Puri, Rameswaram and Badrinath. This temple is dedicated to Lord Krishna who is worshipped here as the king of Dwarka. According to tradition, the original temple was believed to have been built by Krishna's grandson, Vajranabha, over the Harigriha, Lord Krishna's residential place. The temple is built of soft limestone and consists of a sanctum, vestibule and a rectangular hall with porches on 3 sides. There are 2 gateways, Swarga Dwar, gate to the heavens, where pilgrims enter, and Moksha Dwar, gate to liberation, where pilgrims exit. The temple is as mighty as it should be to qualify for a dham. The atmosphere inside was serene and a unique calmness despite the continued chanting of Krishna mantras was prevailing. Something like this I haven't experienced before. We spent good time within the complex allowing ourselves to blend in. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos like this.